Hey guys, thanks everybody for coming back. This is going to be a very, very short, kind of quiet video. In case you don't know me, I am a lot of different things, including a caregiver, indigo child, lots of different things. But one of the things that I do, and then I guess I equate myself with, is a reviewer. And today I'm reviewing Minds in Unison, which is a wonderful YouTube channel. I have to tell you, I'm going to tell you a little bit about their channel. I'm going to tell you by example. I'm going to show you the reason why my statement that their channel is so fantastic is true by looking specifically at a group of their videos that I'm using and benefiting from every single night, and therefore also every single day. So let's go ahead and jump in. If you go onto YouTube and you're also an insomniac, which seems to be about like this means two things together. It might mean something else. It's a little bit rude in your culture, and I don't mean that. But in the US, when you do this, it means they're like this. It's like they're one and the same. So personally, I do have insomnia, and one of the things that I use to help is by changing my environment. I start lowering the lights. I make sure that for the last hour or two that I'm awake, most of the lights in the room that I'm in are off. So I do a lot of different things, including stretching and blah, 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 but this has helped me so, so much. And so I'm going to also recommend this to anybody else who's an insomniac. They have a series of videos that are between 8 hours long, 10 hours long. Actually, they can even be just 1 hour long, but they're specifically designed to help you fall asleep and to help you reaffirm certain things that maybe you need some affirmations on. So in other words, maybe you have low self-esteem, or maybe you have this picture of yourself that is unlikable, or maybe you just keep rehashing the same negative thinking or memories over and over again. You can't get over it. These videos help a lot because they have subliminal tracks, meaning someone is actually speaking on the recording and they're saying very specific things, and they actually show you, so that there's no question, there's no worry. Oh my God, what if they're trying to make me buy something? Oh my God, what if they're trying to make me stop going to sleep or something like that? A lot of people have worries that maybe someone's going to basically use the subliminal messages for their own selfish gain and make you do different crazy things or make you stop doing other important things. So they show you right underneath each video. If you click the info, you'll actually see what the script is that he's using. Also, he uses these really high quality, um, really high quality recordings. So it's not like listening to, I don't know if you're into listening to rain sounds or maybe bumbling brooks or whatever in order to help you fall asleep. But if you are, if you're used to listening to nature sounds, you might notice if you get different apps, it really sounds like the same exact 10-second clip that's being recycled. And that's because it is. It's just recycled for hours and hours and hours. This is not like that at all. His recordings are beautiful, clear sounds, and some of them have binaural beats, some of them don't. He'll tell you up front which ones do so that you can make your choice wisely. A lot of times I would say that binaural beats are something that you should listen to with headphones on, because otherwise it's just going to be a little bit irritating to the human ear. Less so for your dogs. Your dogs are going to hear it the same way either or. And you might hear my dog in a minute because people just passed by the house. Never mind, she's still asleep. Excellent. Okay, let's keep going. So personally, here's what I decided to type in, because the fewer words, the better when it comes to YouTube or any other search engine. So I just typed in the important words. I typed in sleep, typed in rain, I typed in subliminal, and then I typed in what I was aiming to help strengthen mentally and emotionally while I was asleep. Because you can work on yourself while you're asleep. And actually, that's the best time to do so, because if you think about what happens, like when you put your computer in sleep mode or you restart your computer, it's actually designed after our sleep pattern, because it's not like we're totally off. It's just that our subconscious takes over, and the front of the mind more or less goes to sleep. So it's like a break from one part of your mind, but in actuality, a different part of your mind is working much more aggressively. And so this is the best time to change some of your different beliefs on things. If you have some limiting beliefs, like if you have this belief, no matter what I do, I can never stop eating. No matter what I do, blah, 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 blah. Or I'm not strong-willed, or I'm this, or I'm that. You can listen to subliminals to try and help you start to change your belief system. Because if you just stand there and you smile and you go, no, I'm not depressed, that's not the same thing as actually not being depressed. So this is one really great thing that you can do, and I can testify to the fact that it works. It's not like it's going to turn it around and in one night suddenly now you're going to have no issues with self-esteem, but it's going to really help boost things enormously. So those are the things that I typed in: sleep, subliminal, rain, confidence, sleep, subliminal, rain, love. Because once you type in love, a lot of times it's going to be a lot of the same scripts, no matter who you go to, because the truth is, psychologically, the way that we work, if we don't love ourselves, we are not lovable to other people. If we don't love and accept ourselves, other people tend to dislike us. It's a kind of human thing. So, anyways, if you look for something to bring love into your life or help attract love into your life, the very first thing you're going to have to do is learn how to accept yourself and to love yourself and to be attractive to yourself, to look at yourself and be able to say, yeah, I like who I'm looking at. So it's always going to have certain things involved, because it's all one issue basically. And so here are some of the things that came up when I decided to type in just today: minds in unison, sleep. All separate words. Minds in unison, sleep. Bring love into your life. 10-hour rain sound sleep subliminal session by Minds in Unison. Confidence. I use that one too. Confidence, comma, happiness, and motivation. 10-hour rain sound sleep subliminal minds in unison. So these two have what look like yellow bands on the picture, and they happen to be my probably favorites. And there's also Be Positive and Learn to Love Yourself. 10-hour rain sound subliminal minds in unison. Now I can't tell you exactly what each script is because I haven't memorized them, and that's okay. The fact is, when you listen to them, you're not going to actually hear it in a conscious way. You're going to your subconscious things, just so that you understand. Consider for a second, this is not going to be pleasant. Consider for a second if you were the witness to a crime. You and many other witnesses are going to leave out certain key elements that mentally are not at the forefront of your mind. You'll say something like, oh, I feel like there's something that I'm missing. And then after you fall asleep, the next day you'll wake up and you'll suddenly have it, and there'll be that one specific tiny bit of minutia that turned out to be extremely important. And that's because your subconscious, the subliminal mind, picks up on much, much more. You are much more intelligent over here. I always point over here to your brainstem than you are over there. So the point is, although I don't know exactly what is being said in each one of them because I don't remember anymore, I don't need to because I have results. And so here I come to the results. For instance, also here's another one: law of attraction, get what you want. 10-hour rain sound, sleep subliminal. Motivation to get things done, rain hour, sleep subliminal. So I've noticed some of them do sound more high pitched, and some of them do sound more calm. And the way that I would describe it is almost like a texture. So there's one, the one for yeah, bring love into your life sounds more soft and more quiet, like a more of a gentle sound, like the feeling of passing your hand over like a soft winter blanket. Does that make any sense? Versus the confidence, happiness, and motivation sounds very high pitched. It sounds high energy to me personally. That's the way that it sounds. And if I'm having a really hard time falling asleep, despite having done all those things to the lights and doing all these different stretches and everything, then I'll start off with the bring love into your life, or the learn to love yourself video. And then after I get up to go to the bathroom, I get up to go to the bathroom every night. Then I'll switch over to the confidence, happiness, and motivation, because by then I'm basically almost sort of sleepwalking. I'm aware that I'm half asleep while I do whatever I do, and I'll actually be dreaming on the way. So it's basically like being in a trance. So this is what I suggest to you if you're the same way, where you wake up later the next day and you just feel so zonked out, you just feel so tired and maybe even a little bit depressed. Break the night up into two halves, like what I did last night. It really helped me. Start off with something about self-love or self-confidence, and or bring love into your life. And love into your life doesn't necessarily mean like a romantic partner. There's a lot of different ways to have love in your life, and I'll tell you how this has helped me so much in a way that I don't understand, and I don't need to understand because I just like it. The truth is, if you start off with that, then it helps lull you into a deep sleep. And then after maybe you get up to go to the bathroom, you can just click on confidence, happiness, and motivation, rain, sound, sleep, subliminal by Minds in Unison, and you will sleep even harder. And I've noticed that by the time the recording is done, I'll be awake maybe a moment before, and I'll be like itching to sit up. it'll make me not like, oh, I need to get this done, like frantic. It'll make me excited to get up, excited to get out of bed. Now, if you're insomniac, you understand that's really, really weird, but it makes me excited and happy. And I really, oh, I can't wait to get to the day and do all these things and get them all done. And I know it's going to be awesome. It puts me in a really great frame of mind. It gives me a lot of energy. I've noticed that when I listen to the Learn to Love Yourself and the Bring Love into Your Life all night long, something really weird and really cool happens the next day. Case in point, last weekend, last Friday, I went to sleep and I slept the entire night with the Bring Love into Your Life Brain Sound Sleep Subliminal session by Minds in Unison. And what I did is I put it on an hour early, as in I was still up and I was still doing work and I was playing games and I was practicing the guitar and I was doing all these different things. I really love doing multitasking. Technically, I'm multitasking right now, believe it or not. And so I was doing all these different things, but I was listening to it while I was totally awake and intentional. I wanted to see exactly what it sounded like. And I noticed that after a while, I was like, okay, well, I guess I should go ahead and I should put on the, this recording so I can practice my Japanese and that recording so I can practice my Korean. And I guess I should put on this song and that song so I can practice my full immersion in those two languages. And then I realized I really didn't want to listen to anything else. Anything else just sounded like noise and kind of annoying. It's like there was a sort of dissonance suddenly for me with other sounds. And the most pleasing, most wonderful sound in the world was the sound of this, which was really, I mean, it's just rain. It sounds like rain, but it also sounds a little bit deeper than that. It sounds like walking into a forest and listening to rain. There isn't this constant amount of birds or something. It's just very enveloping and wonderful and lovely, and I love it. I can't say enough good things about it, including the fact that the next morning when I woke up, I got breakfast in bed, which is really weird. That's not something that usually happens for me. And someone who I had been writing to the past couple of months, who I wasn't sure what was going on there, but they weren't writing to me. They wrote me back. They apologized for having not written, which I don't need, but they did. And they just wrote me the nicest text ever and offered to take me out to lunch. And then an hour after that, somebody else reached out and did the same thing. And then an hour after that, somebody else reached out on YouTube and did something very similar. And then a couple hours after that, I got another person on YouTube doing the same thing. And then it was like that for the rest of the day. It happens every single time I listen to this Bring Love into Your Life 10-hour rain sound sleep subliminal session by Minds in Unison all night long, every single time the next day, including the fact that also a friend of mine contacted me and let me know that there was an opening at this wonderful place where she works and that she was going to put in a good word for me if I was interested, and had already put in a good word and gave me the email to her boss and just said, listen, she's already waiting for it. I'm actually really, really nervous right now because I want this job so much. I already have a job and I love the job that I have, but it goes on commission. And they always say to start the job that I do have on top of another job first until you've built up a good base of clients and then hop off. So I started off backwards because I needed to really, but yeah, I'm looking to bring something else on that pays more on a weekly basis. And I had just been thinking to myself, and I had just been writing. I had written it down. I do a lot of you may or may not know what an INFJ is, but I do a lot of pros and cons lists because of my being an INF type. And that's a typology. In case you're interested, it's something that Carl Jung basically explained or came up with, whatever the best way to say that is. And anyway, I was writing the only way that someone could possibly induce me to work outside of the home during a pandemic. In other words, the only way that I would personally take a chance with my life to possibly get sick is if it was for a job that I really enjoyed. It would have to be something where, the hourly wage would be good. I'd be working around something that I loved. And, I'd be paid weekly or bi-weekly. I'd have to be around people that I really liked, working around something that I really loved, doing something I really loved. I'd have to be working in some kind of a bookstore or a jewelry store or even working around crystals or something. So this place that just asked me to submit my resume is literally like all those things rolled into one. It's a jewelry store, and they really specialize in semi-precious stones. They would be called semi-precious to me. They're all precious, but I'm into gemology, so that's what that is. So they focus on that. And then their second thing is this really broad, open-minded view to all different types of spirituality and religious ideas. And it's a really, really great store, and it means a lot to me because that's the last place where I bought my very last gift for my mom that she was actually cremated with. And so what I did is I got a jewelry set, and I gave her part of the set, and I keep the other part of the set. So she was cremated with part of that jewelry set that I have, and I keep it with me, and I wear it every so often. So that store, even though I wasn't thinking specifically of that store or any store, I was thinking at the time, like, that exists. I don't know why I didn't automatically think of that store, but I'm glad that I didn't, because if I had thought automatically of that store, I would have gotten negative and I would have messed myself up worrying about it. And instead, the very next day, my friend who works there contacts me and just lets me know she put my name into the hat. And it was just incredible, because that's exactly what happens after every time I listen to, for a full night's rest, Bring Love Into Your Life, 10-hour rain, sound, sleep, subliminal session by Minds in Unison, is nothing short of incredible. People who haven't contacted me in ages suddenly contact me, and they offer me things, or they give me things without bothering to offer. That's literally happens every single time. And I sleep really well. I wake up happy and calm and peaceful, and like, you know what? Today might be a good day. And that's what happens every single time. So I know that I went on and on really about just a small handful, but it's because I wanted to use that small handful as a case in point. Because none of his videos, in my opinion, none of their videos are low quality. The sound quality is all the same, very high sound quality, really, really lovely audio. But then what I mean by lovely audio is that it also gives you pictures. Me, I know a sound or a song is very hollow if I don't have any pictures with it, because that's one way that I experience sound is I have pictures immediately, and I feel textures, and I smell things, and I taste things, and I see colors. And when it's something where it's a really poor quality audio, I don't have any experience. But with this, I have an experience every single time. It's a very good, very positive experience. And then I have a waking, real life experience on the outside the next morning. And if you think that your night's sleep only affects the way that you slept, you have another thing coming once you go ahead and you start listening to these videos as well. So I hope that encourages you to give Minds in Unison a try. Minds in Unison is a really, really, really fantastic channel, and I suggest them. I love them. Actually, I've written to them a couple of times. They've written me back. They're very friendly. My mom originally was the one who got me into it as well. And I would also say, if you like the honest guys, you're probably going to love Minds in Unison as well. And if I remember correctly, one of the two men that works, oh no, wait, it's Minds in Unison. That's Thomas Hall. Let me just double check that. I could be wrong. Yeah, Minds in Unison is Thomas Hall. He makes amazing things. All I can say is good about this channel. It's fantastic. Go out there, listen to these subliminals, get some great sleep, have a fantastic day the next day, and enjoy people just being lovely and nice for the rest of the day to you. And what happens one day affects what happens the next day. So love you guys. Go ahead and try it. Talk to everybody soon. Thanks so much. And if you have a chance, and if you're interested and you want to see more content like this, or you want to see me do more skincare reviews, because I review high-end, top quality, low-priced, authentic Asian skincare that you can only find and get shipped into the country through Amazon, so far as I know. I review all of that as well, and if you want to see more videos like that, go ahead and check out my channel. And also, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and if you'd like to donate $1 or 50 cents or something, then feel free to just click on the top right of my banner on my YouTube page, because I have a GoFundMe. All right, thanks so much. Bye, guys.